Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing My Lowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Are you ready, kids? Get your parents' permission, check your mailbox, and grab your shopping cart. It's time for the Adventures in Collecting podcast.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Dave. Welcome to Adventures in Collecting, where we talk toy news, culture, and hauls,
along with our journeys as collectors. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Adventures in Collecting. Toys on Film.
It is Toys on Film.
It is.
What is it, Dave?
Toys on Film.
That's right, Toys on Film.
It only took us long enough to do this.
It is another episode of Toys on Film. It is a busy month in terms of films that have toy implications to them. And we didn't even talk about Jurassic World, but maybe one day we'll circle back to that.
I haven't seen Jurassic World, so
I saw it.
We'll circle back to it at a later date, Joey.
Let's do it right now.
Your candy pants. No, instead we're going to do something fantastic. We're going to do Fantastic Four, First Steps. So that is going to be the topic of this episode's Toys on Film. But little tiny bit of housekeeping, I guess, before we get started. Dave is, of course, murdering his thirst with what flavor do we got today, Dave?
Cherry obituary.
Nice. Little.
Look forward to the energy drink one that's coming.
Did you guys see the thing about the energy drink like controversy today?
Oh yeah.
No.
So High Noon had to issue a recall because they also produce Celsius, like the energy drink. Apparently, they canned a bunch of High Noon in Celsius cans.
It's kind of like finding a golden ticket, like Wonka.
If anything, if that Celsius is going to cost more than the High Noon.
Yeah, that's actually very true too.
But imagine like sir, you've blown a full point over the legal limit. What have you had anything to drink today? Yes, 3 cans of Celsius.
You'd know, like you wouldn't be. You'd be tired, not.
Yeah.
Cranked out.
Also, like it would taste. I mean, High Noon tastes very different from Celsius, but yes, I am excited for the energy drink, the Liquid Death energy drink. What are they calling it? Do you know yet?
Liquid Death.
Oh no, but I mean, like it doesn't have like a sub brand.
No.
Liquid Death, hit us up. Let us get
like not
let us
like
get
it's
first
not
dibs.
like it's like mountain water or like even the iced tea is just iced tea. Like it's the Liquid Death.
So it's just gonna be like Liquid Death energy or something.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so a little bit of housekeeping. So you're hearing this on Monday. We were at SummerSlam yesterday, even though we haven't been there yet. But expect news coming out of SummerSlam of some kind, whether that's a premium toyetic event or otherwise.
And it was great to see everybody that came and said hi at GCW. Hit them up. Thank you.
Yep.
To everybody.
So
said
we're
hi
talking
on Friday, 2 days from now.
We're talking to you about the past from the future, from the perspective of the present.
All right.
Yeah. It's kind of like moving an egg across the room.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I did there?
Oh, and it was good to see everybody
fantastic.
at Emo Fight as well. I stopped by Emo Fight.
Yeah. So expect some news coming out of that. Yeah. I think that's it for housekeeping this time. There will be a new giveaway that's live at this point, but again, from the past, present, I don't know what that giveaway is yet. It will be announced on August 1st, which is a couple days after.
What we do know is
before
it
this
is not
airs.
SummerSlam related.
Yeah, it is not. It's not wrestling related. We'll go with that, or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. Life is hard right now. There will be a giveaway though, and it's cool. We have a bunch of cool stuff lined up. I just don't know what cool thing August is. There's a spreadsheet somewhere. But yeah, back to the task at hand, toys on film. So yeah, we all saw Fantastic Four: First Steps, and yeah, we're excited to talk about it. What a month for brightly colored superhero films.
Oh, it feels so good. It just feels so good.
As the kids say, we're back, right? We're so back. Yeah.
Well, that's been happening in the MCU for years.
Yeah, but this one in particular, I mean, like, this was a love letter to Jack Kirby and like the 1960s, like
and the different
for
Earth
sure
that we were on.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah.
So they've got that out of the way real quick. So oh yeah, of course, spoiler alert, we are going to be talking about elements of the movie.
Oh
so
yeah, if you haven't seen the movie yet, it's been 3 weeks almost.
I think 2 weeks. No, 2 weeks by the time this airs.
It'd be about
2 weeks in a couple days.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
It only came out last Thursday, so yeah, it'll be
so much is going on. I don't have time anymore.
But yeah, spoiler alert, we will be talking about the movie in its entirety. So if you do not want to be spoiled, pause this, come back later. But definitely come back. Don't forget to come back. The coming back part is important. But yeah, so they get that out of the way real quick, right? Movie starts up, and we immediately know we're on what? I think they said it was like Earth 686 or 868, something like that.
It was 8. Yeah, it was like 868 or 886.
I believe it's 868, but
yeah,
868.
Yeah,
Jack Kirby's birthday.
Ah, that's right. So speaking of the GOAT, Jack Kirby, like I said, this is a love letter to Jack Kirby. There was a nice little Jack Kirby cameo of sorts, I guess you could say, in the movie, which I thought was really cool.
And Stan Lee.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 828.
828. Oh yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So for those that are more DC oriented, obviously not obviously, Earth 616 is like main Earth. That's where the majority of the MCU has taken place thus far. All kind of the Infinity Saga, all that stuff. And even in the comics, 616 is like the main Earth, main storyline Earth. So we know right off the bat that that we are in a different Earth, which explains a lot of things that we have been seeing in the trailers. New York looks like a vastly different New York.
The only other Earth we've seen is 10005,
which is
Fox
Deadpool's.
Earth.
Yeah, Fox's Earth.
Well, we also saw that the alternate Earth in Multiverse of Madness, where Council of with the the Illuminati and all that, but they didn't give it a.
I don't know if that was declared a name.
Huh.
Yeah, no, I don't think they established, because there were so many different Earths that they went to in that in that movie. But yeah, before
I came to bargain.
before we jump full in, do we have any stats? Do we have any stats prepared for Fantastic Four?
We do. So Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Four: First Steps, a Marvel Studios film, directed by Matt Shakman, who you would know as a director of a lot of sitcoms, most famously It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Screenplay by Josh Friedman, Eric Pearson, Jeff Kaplan, and Ian Springer. Story by Eric Pearson, Jeff Kaplan, Ian Springer, and Kat Wood. Based, of course, as we mentioned, on the Fantastic Four by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. The stars of the film: Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Eben Moss-Bachrach, Joseph Quinn as your respective four, Julia Garner as Shala Bal, Sarah Niles, Mark Gatiss, Natasha Lyonne, Paul Walter Hauser as the Mole Man, and Ralph Ineson as Galactus. It is 114 minutes long. The known budget of the film is $200+ million. Box office as of the time of recording, which is after its first full, I guess, week, is $241.3 million.
Awesome. And shouts to John Malkovich, who was left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, they mentioned his character. It was a brisk film. It was a brisk 114 minutes. I'm not upset that it was only 114 minutes.
Oh yeah, it was actually refreshing to not be there for a marathon, because the past few Marvel movies, like in theaters, with the exception of Brave New World, have been epic long films. So
was Thunderbolts that long? I don't remember.
Thunderbolts was a bit over 2 hours.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that just moved really fast.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it, but it
did not feel
was.
like 2 hours.
Yeah. So yeah, really, really, really cool. Like we mentioned, out the gate, we are introduced to the fact that we were on an alternate Earth, which again, like I was saying, clears up a lot of the confusion that people had looking at the trailer. What's this going to be? Where's it going to take place? Why does New York look so different?
Is it the past? Is it the future?
Yeah.
We don't. It's the time it's the time it exists in.
Yep. So it's definitely that retro future kind of Jetsons-y vibe. Basically, it posits like a what if you had a mind of Reed Richards in New York City, with retro technology, right? Like, one of my favorite things that they kept revisiting was anytime they showed Times Square, the giant like CRT TV that was, where you're used to seeing the big, LED screen in Times Square. Like the monorail, ripping around the city. It almost looked like Tomorrowland at Disneyland.
The monorail
like it gave me...
was like more of like it reminded me of the Big Bad Wolf that used to be at Busch Gardens. It was under the track. Yeah, it was a hanging monorail. But yeah, it definitely exuded that art style and that vibe of that 1960s, late 50s, 1960s retro future. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned her in the cast list, but the great Natasha Lyonne was also in the film.
You did. She had a very, very cool but brief role. I think we'll talk a little bit more about her once we get into kind of the meat of the film. But yeah, what was really cool is this continues the trend of not really, giving us like the backstory as part of the story. We meet the Fantastic Four 4 years into being the Fantastic Four. It was a little on the nose, but sure. So they've already established, that they're already helping people. They've established the Future Foundation. They've established the Baxter Building.
It's on the nose, but it has that, cheesy retro vibe to it that they would totally, that 100%. An old TV show would totally like Ed Sullivan would have done that.
Yeah, and I love the fact too that we get that as kind of the frame story, right? We're introduced to the story through the lens of this universe's version of Ed Sullivan. I forget the talk show's name, or talk show host's name, but we're kicking off a celebration of the Fantastic Four 4 years into their careers. Ted Gilbert,
played by Mark Gatiss.
As we're getting that kind of like variety, primetime special. That's again of the time, feels appropriate, like something that definitely would have been on TV at that time. And we're told this. What you don't realize is as they're introducing you to the TV special, you're then being told the story almost entirely as a flashback, which I thought was really clever. Because it's a well guised frame story flashback, very typical kind of trope of comic books, really.
We've also reached the point too where, and I think we talked about this with Superman, and in hindsight Spider-Man as well. Like, the Fantastic Four have had 2 fine movies made about them and one enormous question mark.
Oh no, that movie's unwatchable. That's an unwatchable film.
You also have a
say
technicality.
I didn't want to say
You have a
Blight,
technicality 1997, I want to say.
Oh, the
unreleased
movie that doesn't exist.
The unreleased, yeah.
I've seen the unreleased. It's pretty hard to watch, but it's better than Fan Four Stick. You
Fan.
I saw that.
Stick.
I saw that on YouTube, and I forget where.
Yeah, Fan Four Stick is not that good, but exactly what you're saying, right? We've seen the Fantastic Four dick around with their powers after they get them on repeat. Like if you go back and you rewatch that original Fantastic Four movie that had come out, in 2000s, I would say a good 45-50 minutes is them putzing around with their powers, Reed stretching his arm out to grab toilet paper, Johnny pranking the Thing, which is fun, like you want to see them kind of have that banter back and forth, but it's just like they're stuck in the Baxter building for 50 minutes. They do nothing else.
Yeah. It's tough, right? Like to Dave's point, a lot of these superheroes like Superman, Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, not only have we seen their backstory enough times at this point, to a casual viewer, there are two things. One, if you tell the story the right way, you can kind of quickly get over how they have their powers and, and be done with it, which is what they did in this. They opted to do in this film, which I thought worked very, very well. But also, these characters are so ingrained in like the pop cultural zeitgeist that like enough people know, like the Thing's the orange guy, Mr. Fantastic is stretchy, the Human Torch is the fireball, like a womanizing fireball, like the
Invisible Woman is an invisible woman.
Is an invisible woman that can also move, that also has telekinesis. But yeah, the characters are like well oiled at this point. Plus, like Fantastic Four, they're not called Marvel's first family for no reason. Like they've been around a long time. So I found that particularly refreshing as somebody who loves like the larger characters. So like I love the Hulk and the Thing. To finally see him in a movie where like he's kind of comfortable being the Thing and he's not dealing with that whole like, I'm hideous, no one loves me.
There's a point where he's like,
Well, that one scene where he's with Natasha Lyonne, right? That one scene with her, it's not like she's not gonna like me because I'm a big Rocky guy. It's more like I'm still like an awkward dweeb from this part of the city. Like it was a different
and
kind
your
of
cousin Richie. Like, come on,
yeah, cousin. It was refreshing to see them like that, and like Reed still dealing with being apologetic for like screwing up and not making suits that were strong enough to protect them, and like well, you know what? Let's kind of go character by character here. So we started talking about the Thing. Let's talk about the Thing for a couple minutes. So yeah, we talked about, right, how he's not dealing with his disfigurement, right? Like the kids love him. He's picking up cars. He's picking up black and white cookies. He's cooking with Herbie.
Like the public isn't freaked out by him as they would be in like 616.
Yep.
And he's not being like looking in the mirror, I'm a monster. He's not doing his whole I'm a monster.
The other thing too that is like they are the superheroes of this Earth.
Yep. They have already commanded the respect of people.
There are no other superheroes on this version of Earth
that we know of.
Yeah, we haven't.
We know of.
Yeah, nothing has. There's no Spider-Man of this universe. There's no. It's kind of crazy. Unless there is, and it just turns out to be like when you watch anything else that Marvel puts out, it's like, hey, where's Spider-Man? You're in New York right now.
He's sleeping.
He sees it happening, but Kingpin's allowed to take over.
Yeah, Galactus is walking around. Sleeping today.
Just do a Star Wars on him. He'll be all right.
Do a Star Wars
on him. Yeah.
No, what they really needed was what happened in the Fantastic Four cartoon from the 90s. Ghost Rider just pulls up, does the penance stare at Galactus and shuts him down in like 30 seconds.
Done.
Still one of my favorite things ever.
That's the other thing too, as you know, as far as Galactus goes, like he's never really had anyone like, step to him.
Yeah.
And one thing we've learned is, even though he is Galactus and, there is this, he's this big, hungry, all-powerful being, he's, like, decidedly beatable.
Well, that's always been the case with Galactus, right? Like, I know we're hopping all over the friggin' place here, but...
well, I'm just happy they stuck to that.
Yeah, and I like that they focused on his real story, is that like his hunger is actually his curse. And you can do that in a way that like they did in this film that doesn't make you necessarily feel bad for him, because the last thing you want is like, you don't want to be sympathizing with Galactus. Like that's not the point, right? But like, the fact that they managed to make kind of because when you think about it, it's kind of like silly, that like he was a man-esque at one point and has this cosmic hunger that causes him to feed, and he just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and needs to eat bigger and more powerful things, right? Like that's ultimately what it boils down to at the end of the day. But like the fact that like he's sitting there plugged into those machines and he's like literally feeding tubes on the cores of these planets and like the lava and the magma, and like I think they did a really good job of making it kind of like believable that it's not like he's sitting there going like nom 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 and like eating planets. Like he's breaking the planets down into energy and consuming that energy, and he does it through the ship. And like I thought that was so well handled, especially considering the last time we had him in any sort of film, he was a goddamn cloud,
big old fart cloud.
In fairness, they wouldn't have been able to pull that off then.
No,
but yeah, I mean they absolutely crushed, no pun intended, Galactus. Like I think they absolutely nailed that, and I think that can actually be said for all of the major players here. Like between like the casting and the presentation, this is the best these characters have been presented on screen. And the one that I was kind of worried about the most was Reed, only because Pedro Pascal, love him to death, but like he's reaching that like those like Chris Pratt levels of saturation where it's just like he's in all of the things that I watch. But he's an infinitely cooler person than Chris Pratt, which makes it much better. But like, he didn't play Pedro Pascal in this movie, and I don't know how else to like put that without like. I mean, no offense to him, but like, he was not his typical.
But he also didn't play Din Djarin either.
Yeah, like he was Reed Richards. I mean, down to that like 60s style, like metropolitan accent that he had.
Did you hear the story though that came out like right before the release? On purpose, it came out. It wasn't a leaked story.
No.
It came out in an interview. So I think it was Kevin Feige told the story. Or it might have been like Pedro Pascal or Vanessa Kirby. But apparently he wanted to go like full-blown like Cary Grant, like mid-Atlantic accent.
Oh, like news on the march.
Yeah, he wanted to do this voice. And they were like, absolutely not. Like, they weren't even like, oh, no, let's talk about it. They were like, absolutely no.
I just see him in like the pitch room or like during a read sitting there being like, we will protect you. We will protect you.
What's the Family Guy joke? High pants, fast talkers, right?
High pants,
but it was just like imagine that. Are we safe? I don't know. Like,
the cost was too high.
They wanted our son.
He wanted our son. Like.
It's watching an episode of Johnny Quest.
It's how weird. Like.
Oh man, yeah. It'd be like it would have become Venture Brothers.
It would have been like somewhat accurate to this quote unquote time period.
Well, there was just enough
But
of it left.
that it would have been like, yeah, he had like a metropolitan accent, a Northeast accent.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like cranked up to 15.
No.
It was like at about a 4 or 5.
It was noticeable enough though. Like the first time he opened his mouth when he's looking for the iodine in the cabinet, I like had this like, because I didn't pick up on it in the trailers. The bits of the trailers that they showed, he just was talking. I don't want to say talking normally, but like he didn't sound different. But like
it was sound bites too, not like conversations.
The moment he's looking for that cabinet, I was like, okay.
That was definitely the compromise where he was like, well, I'm going to do something. And they were like, fine, you can do that.
But the thing is, it worked because he wasn't the only character that spoke like that, right? Like, so I would say that Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and even Moss, they had very like modern sounding characters. Like their characters sounded like I mean, they're fist bumping and like they're kind of doing like modern isms. But like the rest of the reporters, Paul Walter Hauser, like they had a touch of that too. So there was a consistency with it, at least, where like he wasn't the only one that had that, that kind of accent.
Well, see, I thought Paul Walter Hauser just sounded like Paul Walter Hauser.
He had a little bit of the like grandioseness of that. That's definitely not a word, but like he had a little bit of that.
When you're a mole man, come on.
Dude, like leaning into the lore.
Progress Wrestling Proteus champion Paul Walter Hauser,
king of Subterranea. But like
I also like that it was just like, here's the road sign to Subterranea. Like you go visit.
Yeah, like, but did you notice that it was almost like the Lincoln Tunnel sign? So like Subterranea is like New Jersey.
No, it's just the river.
No, I know, but like I'm so used to seeing that sign like there that it reminded me of like, oh, so instead of going to New Jersey, you take the right tube and it takes you to Subterranea.
If anything, he did his accent was less that, because it was just like, yeah, you're in my land now, fools. Yeah. Like,
but yeah, I loved that they leaned into the lore of the Fantastic Four like pretty heavily. Like even that one scene when they're standing on the balcony right before the Silver Surfer shows up for the first time. He like name dropped a couple of key like pain in the ass Fantastic Four villains. Like he named like the Wizard and the Tinkerer, I think, or the Maker. Got Tinkerer.
Well, he's the Maker.
Yeah, the Tinkerer was at one point got mentioned. Yeah, they mentioned Red Ghost,
his monkey army.
Yeah, his Super Apes,
which was John Malkovich's character.
Yeah, I love. They showed that big green, Jack Kirby monster. Yeah, monster coming out of the ground, and I'm like, oh wow, that is just perfect. That's what you want to see. Those are the things you want to see right there.
Yep.
Shuma-Gorath? Yeah.
No, that's Monstro. Oh. Shuma-Gorath's the one-eyed octopus thing that's in Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, but they leaned into the things that make the Fantastic Four. And I thought too, this was the first movie that got the like smartest man in the universe thing right with him, where like he's thinking the things that he should be thinking as the world's smartest man, but like not the world's best father.
Yeah.
And he gets called out on it, which I think is fantastic. I did it again. But also he even recognizes it's down wrong.
The road,
Yeah. Which is honestly, that's what I thought this was going to be. I fully like went into this thinking that this is actually like the origin story of the Maker, and we're not. Everything we've seen has kind of been like the first like maybe act of the movie, and it's gonna go sideways once Galactus asks for the baby. Like
I had a feeling this was gonna like position him to be effectively the new Tony.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
And I think you're spot on there. Speaking of the baby, Franklin, We've got another Omega level superhero in the mix now. One of the most powerful superheroes in the comics.
So much so that he would have provided adequate sustenance for Galactus and ended his mission of eating planets.
Well, he would have taken.
Yeah, he would have taken over.
He would have taken over for Galactus. Galactus would have been able to transfer his hunger, his cosmic hunger, to the baby.
To a baby.
Yeah.
Well,
it's kind of like a Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
Now you go eat the planets.
He's pulling a Ghostbusters 2 on him.
Yeah. Yeah. No Dana Barrett though. This time.
Vigo the Carpathian. Whole deal. Bring me a child so that I might live again. He's doing it.
And meanwhile, I like how they also did the whole mob mentality thing of like, give up the baby. Like, and I'm sitting there in the theater like, who would do that? And then finally, Sue did her monologue, and it was like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't give up the baby."
Which is I think was
say it. Just say it.
No,
just
I wasn't.
Let it out now.
I was gonna say fan service, which was a nice moment of fan service because comic books historically have the angry mob. Like the people are like, "We trust you to save us. Give up your damn baby." Like that's totally a thing that would happen in comics, and it was great to see the almost literal like group with like pitchforks coming to their door.
I feel like it would happen not in comics.
Yeah, I mean totally.
Well,
somebody would have strapped that baby to a rocket and launched it at Galactus.
Here, take him.
It would have been very it would have been very Looney Tunes like.
That's
like the baby, people folks. Who drew like the tunnel on the side of the building. Somebody crashed into.
Yeah,
that was a great monologue. I honestly think Vanessa Kirby probably stole the movie for me. I've never been a big like Invisible Woman fan. Obviously appreciate her and her role in the Fantastic Four, but like I left this movie absolutely loving that character. From that monologue that she gives to the fact that like I love the relationship she has with her brother, with Reed. It's just she was so well like developed in this movie. She wasn't just like Deus Ex invisible. And there was a little bit of that too, where it was like, hey, make us invisible for 30 seconds, which is fine. I mean, that's her superpower.
I also liked how they were like, yeah, Johnny, you go listen to your records. We will take care of the big people stuff here.
The adults are talking, Johnny.
Yeah,
he's like, no, I can Joseph
help.
Quinn was great.
Yeah, he was a great Human Torch.
And they balanced that really well of still making him like Silver Surfer shows up and it's like, bro, stop trying to bang the Silver Surfer. Like like they call him out on it like almost immediately, which is hilarious because and little touches too, like the fact that he has the suntan lotion billboard where like the puppy's like pulling down the back of his pants sort of thing. What is that? That's Coppertone, right?
Coppertone.
Yeah, so like a Coppertone-esque ad. Like he's still very clearly like the heartthrob of the group. But
I love that they have their own cartoon. They have like it was done so well.
Say the thing.
Yeah, say the thing.
I don't really say the thing.
I don't do that.
It's just the cartoon. He was so good. But yeah,
everybody
Human Torch
was so good.
So Johnny had some really key moments in the film. Like throughout. And usually he's like
the cipher.
Yeah, he figured out Shalabal's language. He there's a really like hard right like turn in the movie in that one scene when they're in the spaceship together and she's like she's trying to kill your nephew, go kill her.
Yeah, right.
And he's like okay.
And you got Ben, just your girlfriend's here.
Yeah. Love that. I mean,
the thing with with this movie, and what they didn't do in any of the other movies, in my opinion, and maybe I'm missing something when I might have to go back and rewatch, but they never really touched on that Johnny is, he may be, he's a ladies' man, he's this, he's that, and the other thing, but he's also, and he's a hothead, but he is smart. Like you see that in the comics, you see that in other forms, but a lot of the times when they do these characters, whether it's cartoons or, the other films, like they didn't really make him like that smart.
Yeah, they stripped them all down to one dimension.
Right.
They didn't do that here. Like
everybody here has something, and like Sue is the leader. I find her to be the leader of the Fantastic Four. In this case as well. Like usually everyone's like, it's Reed, Mr. Fantastic. He's the brain. He's the leader. Sue is like overall.
Yeah, because she's the one that's keeping them all in check. That's exactly. And I thought that was really, really clever. Because again, like, historically, right? Like you got the muscle, you got the flying hothead, you have the brain, and then you have the like.
She does
the
stuff.
Shield. Yeah, the shield, basically, right?
The backbone, right?
Yeah, and this giving the characters a little more dimension and giving them more to kind of chew on story-wise, like even like, some of the like softest, like most tender moments in the film happen with the Thing, who is like visually the roughest, like even like when he's using an angle grinder to shave his beard, prevent his beard from growing in. And, Johnny says to him like, oh, let it grow in. It looks great. He's like, really? Okay. Or like that one scene when he's holding Franklin and he's talking about like, they say you should sleep when the baby sleeps. At least that's what happened in the book I read. Like he's doing like the fun uncle stuff. And like, he's like a big like softie on the inside.
Tasting the sauce.
Yep. Cooking with Herbie, trying not to offend Herbie. Right. He's like, yeah, throw in a little more garlic. No, not because it tastes bad, just because want a little more kick. Like he is like he is the softie of the group on the inside, and I feel like that was never really explored in other versions of it, and it just makes him such a much more interesting character. Now that being said, I really hope they get rid of the beard going forward. It was great. It was a great moment in this movie, but he looks so great without the beard. Dave, I love beards, but
he was actually wearing clothes in this one.
Yeah.
Going back to Fan Four Stick.
Yeah, they all had those sweet turtlenecks.
Yeah, they all had sweet turtlenecks. He wasn't just nude. He just wasn't a giant nude rock man.
Yeah, he had shoes too. I thought that was interesting.
He had barefoot. The boots. Yeah, he had boots on. I did see a behind the scenes thing. There's like a dude in a suit, which was really awesome. I'm like, okay, so there's a dude in a suit. They overlaid, some CGI stuff on it, but there's like an actual guy in a full Thing costume, which is
for some of the scenes awesome. For reference. For most of it was just even moss with the dots.
With the dots on him. Yeah. I mean, just the fact that they had a guy in a suit for certain things for reference is pretty awesome.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
This segment is brought to you by our friends at Chubsy Wubsy Toys. A traditional mom-and-pop toy store in Little Falls, New Jersey, Chubsy Wubsy Toys brings you the best new toys from the brands you love without the hassle of pounding the pavement searching for them at larger retail stores. Visit them in person at their brand new home at 101 Newark Pompton Turnpike, Suite 1 in Little Falls, New Jersey, or online at chubsywubsy.com. That's CHUBZYWUBZZY.com. And tell them Adventures in Collecting sent you.
If you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, Grainger understands that you go to great lengths, and sometimes heights, to ensure the power is always flowing. Which is why you can count on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And now, back to the show.
Yeah, I think they still do that for, and Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, because you know a little bit more about this than I do, but they do that for a line of sight to make sure that, like, if characters are talking to each other, they know
Mostly,
approximate height.
Like the famous example is Ahmed Best.
Yeah, with the thing on top of his head.
With the Jar Jar head on top of his head. Yeah.
For height purposes, so everyone knows where to look.
Where to look.
Yeah. So the one character we didn't really talk about yet is Silver Surfer. So Shia LaBeouf.
So
awesome execution. I know some people were a little like hesitant on the effect, and it, some of the visual effects in Marvel movies in recent years have not been as good as they were, a few years ago. Like, they look a little bit rougher. I thought this looked fantastic. I'm just gonna say it.
I thought it looked great.
Yeah.
I thought this was some of the best effects that they've had in years. I just recently rewatched like all the MCU, the whole thing from timeline order, and I got to Ant-Man 3, and you're just like, okay, here we
MODOK
are.
shows up on your screen,
and you get that jump scare, and but then you see this, and you're like, okay, yeah, this is great.
Yeah, we can still do it.
Yeah, you can still do the thing.
Yeah, there are two aspects of this movie that are historically have been tough to like sell visually. Silver Surfer being one of them. It's just a tough visual. No, and I would say in Reed's stretchiness, not making that look like goofy, especially when he's like bounding between things, like, and like you got just an arm being stretchy, or like, when Galactus was torturing him, that was like brutal to watch. And I think at least in the movies, it's the first time his power was actively used like against him.
I thought he was gonna like fling him.
I was waiting for the rubber band shot.
Yeah, I mean, he effectively did when he gets hit.
But
in
I
the
guess
face.
that would have made Galactus a little funny. Which
yeah,
true.
But I did like how they executed on all that, and we were talking about this a little bit beforehand, but they did change Shia LaBeouf's story a little bit for this universe. I'm gonna draw on memory here, but I think it is originally in the Earth X storyline is when Galactus turns her into a surfer. I believe that's correct, but typically she is an empress that is either engaged to or betrothed to Norrin Rad, who is the male surfer, and he is an astronomer scientist on his home planet, and he gives up himself to Galactus to become a herald to save his planet. So we got a little bit of that story mixed in, with Shia LaBeouf, of course, her being depicted as the scientist and sacrificing herself for her planet. So it was just interesting to see it, kind of a combination of the two characters. I don't think it didn't ruin anything for me. I don't think it ruined the story. If anything, I think it created a pretty sweet parallel between her and Sue. And for people that might be concerned that this has like an implication on, Norrin Rad's involvement at some point, and having the other surfer, that's what you have a multiverse for, right? Maybe there's another surfer out there.
I mean, with this movie, and I was talking, my friend was like, can I go see, like, he's seen every Marvel movie too, but he's like, does this kind of like stand on its own? And I said, I really think so. Like, even if you never saw
first movie you didn't need to do homework for.
Yeah, if you never saw any of the other MCU stuff, you could go into Fantastic Four. Now, obviously, they're coming back for Doomsday. Like it says, the Fantastic Four will be back in Avengers Doomsday. So yeah, now you're gonna have to do your homework if you're gonna want to jump into that. But for the most part, if you're just a Fantastic Four fan, you're like, yeah, I could go see this and be fine.
Yep. I honestly think if you're just an action movie fan, to what Dave just said, this is the first one in a while that you don't have to do any homework for. You could go into this completely blind, And I mean that was evident with my youngest. So Maddie's watched them all. Like she's old enough to remember parts and like kind of where things fit and everything. But like Callie's 4, like what does she know? Like in terms of like remembering where characters fit in and timelines and multiverse, like that is so beyond the comprehension of a 4-year-old, right? And she loved this movie, absolutely loved it. Couldn't stop talking about it, for the rest of the day. We caught a kind of an earlier show, but like she was like, I love the orange guy, and I love the baby, and the big guy was scary, and it's like. That's it. That's the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got it. You nailed it, kid. But yeah, you could go in totally cold to this. If anything, I think this makes a good like re-entry point. To the MCU, and we haven't had one of those in a while. Where like you could watch this and not have to worry about like, well, who's this guy? Why is he here? Why do they care about this? And you don't have to do 6 months of research to watch a Marvel movie.
I honestly think like even Thunderbolts you could get away with.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't really need to know who any of them were before that, other than that they're there. I
guess they do enough to establish Yelena and her dad as. I don't know if I agree with that. There's a lot happening there that you have to. That like, you're not
who
thinking
Bucky is and why now he's a senator, like he was a hero. They do kind of touch down, but not to the point where it's like you care about, like you wouldn't care about any of that stuff.
And why does Julia Louis-Dreyfus have the amount of power that she has? Like, who cares? Like, there's a lot happening there that you need some context for. Sure. Like I think a smart, like above average moviegoer could put enough together to figure that out, but like I would say like your average like casual moviegoer is going to be confused to all hell watching that movie.
Fair.
Yeah.
That being said, we started off with saying we're back right now. Now I'm thinking about it. I count Thunderbolts summer, this in the summer movie listing, right? So we got Thunderbolts, Superman, Fantastic Four, right? Thunderbolts is mental health matters. Love it.
Yep.
You have been saved by the power of your friendship. Superman. Kindness is punk.
Yep.
Like you're there. Fantastic Four. Family and community. We need all these things. We need these superhero movies now more than ever. We need these superhero movies to be this way. I think my superhero fatigue was the drab, like just completely sad sack things, like just depressing.
Bleak, everything is dying.
Everything is dying and bleak, and now we have all of this coming back into into the light. It's like, oh, okay, good. I need it.
Yeah, that's okay. The next movie's called Doomsday. Nothing bad.
Nothing bad's gonna happen. Nobody's gonna die.
The other thing too is like you have women in high role or high like leadership roles in both of these movies.
All three of them. Lois, super strong character. Obviously Yelena and Ghost. Mm-hmm. Both of them extremely strong characters, and honestly, like your main villain really in that movie is Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Madam Hydra. So
she's basically like high-ranking official, and
yeah. And then obviously in this movie, there's no stronger power than a mother's love.
Well, that you have Lynn Nichols is the CEO of the Baxter for the Future Foundation.
Future Foundation, yep. And I like the little nod. They when they're showing the Future Foundation,
which Sarah Niles is great too. Like,
yep. When they're showing the Future Foundation, they're showing all the countries that are a part of it. Latveria is
no show.
Is empty. The seat at Latveria is empty. That got an audible in the theater I was in. That got an audible like ooh. Because I saw it on that Friday, so opening. So that the theater gave a nice little audible me too, as part of it. And then speaking of Latveria, we get our first official look at the MCU's Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie,
turned
in our first of two stingers of the credits, right? A flash forward, I believe this was 6 years this time, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So Franklin is now a toddler.
No, that wasn't 6 years. I thought that was another 4.
Oh, so before the credits roll, it went to their 6th year where they're messing with the car seat, or they went to their no, I think it was the 5th year messing with the car seat, and then it went to another 4.
It was a year after Galactus.
Yeah, and then another 4 was the stinger with Dr. D.
Yeah. So we get a teleportation of Dr. Doom into the living room of the Fantastic Four, interacting with Franklin, and Sue is on guard, and that's it. Ends with that. So he's got his mask off in one hand, and he's got his other hand on Franklin. And
well, here's the question: do they know who it is?
Right.
That is the big question.
Apparently, that actually was Robert Downey Jr.
Because, Victor Von Doom is part of their crew, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, in this case, in this backstory, obviously he's not, right. Because we do get the backstory early, or a glimpse of the backstory. That they're all professionally trained astronauts and they're going to space, right? And there was no Victor Von Doom on the team.
Fifth person.
Yep. So, I mean, it does seem like they are wholeheartedly going with some sort of subversive or different backstory for Doom. They're not giving him his classic backstory, which is a gamble in my book. I mean, he's one of the big, I would say probably the top 5 Marvel villains. And to give him a backstory that's doesn't line up with his classic one is certainly a choice. But I guess trust the process, right? Most of this storytelling has been, if nothing else, fun. I love Robert Downey Jr. Do I think they needed to complicate the backstory of Doctor Doom on the surface? No, but these aren't my movies. I'm here along. I'm just along for the ride. So I have to imagine that they have something.
We do have something. We do have other things before Doomsday.
So we've got Mr. What is that?
Well, a year from now we have Spider-Man.
Wonder Man. Thank you. Wonder Man is Spider-Man. December. Wonder Man, I think, is the next live action thing. We've got Eyes of Wakanda is up next. That's
and Zombies.
That's in August, I believe. This month. Then the Zombies is in October. And then Wonder Man is in December.
Before the end of the year.
Yeah, December.
Born Again, season 2 before
Spider-Man.
Doomsday.
Oh no, before Doomsday.
Before Spider-Man. You're right. Because it's March.
Yep.
Vision Quest, who knows?
Right.
Yep.
I do feel like
Doomsday.
with Tony Stark being, or Robert Downey Jr. being Doom, you are going to get that emotional level from the people who knew.
Oh yeah.
Especially if Peter does see Tony under that if it's going to happen, they have to make that happen. It's going to be a gut punch. And
apparently there was a storyline in the comics, and I don't read everything and I can only follow so much, but apparently there was a storyline in the comics where Dr. Doom borrowed somebody else's face. It was literally a ploy to
face-off scenario.
Yeah. So people are thinking maybe this is the case, and he's not actually Robert Downey Jr. is playing the character, almost like a Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them situation, right? Where Colin Farrell, pulls off a mask and it's Johnny Depp underneath, sort of thing. That it could be something like that, which makes sense. I mean, he's, he does have those sort of like magic abilities in the comics. So maybe that's the case. Maybe he's doing it to, to manipulate. It's very possible. But yeah, and then the last stinger at the very end of the movie was the amazing intro to the 60s era Fantastic Four TV show.
With I need them to make that
the cartoon that exists in their universe.
I need them to make that into like shorts.
I would imagine that's
on Disney
happen,
Plus.
Right?
That would be so amazing.
And one other thing to shout out, Michael Giacchino did the score for this. Absolutely crushed it. The theme, that like Fantastic Four theme with like the choral part in it, that like very like bum 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 theme, that kind of like.
We were going to talk about the song that I would imagine is just the Galactus cult that played over the credits.
Oh yes, yeah. Which I thought was another funny touch. We didn't even get into that. That like Galactus is coming, so of course a crazy cult forms.
A cult forms around him. We didn't even talk about how. Of course,
they make a song asking to be devoured.
Right. And we didn't even talk about how great of a choice like Ralph Ineson is for Galactus. Like that. And apparently, voice
that was a practical suit too. Like,
I saw the pictures of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
his tweet was like 10-year-old me is screaming right now.
yeah, he was excellent. He was excellent.
The voice, even if they didn't capture his face as the likeness, that voice alone for Galactus is just.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those situations like when Matthew Lillard played Shaggy in the live-action Scooby-Doo movie, and then like became the voice of him in the animated thing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, you're kind of Galactus now for forever. Here, just collect these royalties.
I wouldn't be surprised if any animated stuff happens that it's not like everybody who is in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everybody would kind of play ball.
Mm-hmm. Well, until they're 90.
Yeah. Until you're 90.
There is a theory that's one of my friends read too, that when they pushed Galactus through the portal, that somehow it actually jettisoned him into the mainline universe, and that's going to be a talking point as well. Like, shit.
Well, remember
now we got this thing.
That's a great point, because remember, we don't know
where that goes.
Where that portal was supposed to move Earth, so he went to wherever. Mm-hmm. They were planning on moving Earth to. So yeah, that's a very solid point. And we did see some sort of Fantastic Four vehicle coming into play at the end of Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
It's a different looking four.
Yep. It's a slightly different looking vehicle, different looking four. So we don't know. There's a lot of unknowns floating out there right now, but
mm-hmm.
What isn't unknown are the really cool action figures that have been made for this film already. This was cool because it was very much so entering into throwback territory, where we had new figures on shelves before the movie came out, like available. It's been a while since that has been the case, especially with Hasbro and just kind of like the timing of things. So I have a picture of them up on screen here, but I actually have them in hand. So I'll switch over so that way you guys can see. I can show them off in hand, but starting off with the thing.
So good.
These figures are all new sculpts, new tooling. There's no reuse on these. They are like, each one of them is a brand new figure from top to bottom. And it shows, there's just so much detail. Like, even all of the little, like,
I was going to say, it would have to be the suits.
Like, that's not painted. That's actually molded. Molded in there. All of like, just like the little buckles and things. And they feel really nice. and that blue pastel is captured like perfectly on these. So Thing, you've got Johnny.
Yeah, I like the blue that they went with.
And he's got a nice little
to like
updated flame effect. So we've seen these effect pieces before on other Marvel Legends, but this has a little bit of extra deco on it. There's a little bit of extra paint. And even like down to their hands, like the hands are not reused because they're these gloves, and they have to have the dual texture. So he's got like the rubber insides on his gloves. So you get and then of course the Human Torch version.
I like that one a lot.
And all of that detail on the suit carries over. So like it's all in there. You get all alternate hands. I love that he's got like the fire on his feet and stuff. But yeah, great use of translucent plastic on him. You've got the Invisible Woman. Great Vanessa Kirby likeness too.
Yeah, it looks better there than it does in that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see it in person like that, it's...
Yeah, even on like the portrait and stuff of her, like it just, they did a really good job. And then you've got Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic. I don't have them handy, but the arms do come off, and they give you bendy wire arms.
I love it.
That you can plug in. That work really well. I actually took a really funny family photo of them on Instagram, and I swapped just this arm out, and I had it around Sue's shoulder, like off, like around the other two.
Like she's on the other end.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Again, though, like, and they all the suits are slightly different. So like you can see he's got, the white versus the all blue. They even have their wrist communicators on.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
That
I like
that
how
chime.
they were like this most 60s, but not turtlenecks.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the final figure is Shia LaBeouf. So really good. Again, likeness on her. It's a little softer just because of the deco, but it definitely looks like her. The board even has like those like scrapes that were on them in the film. Like it's not like a purely, like almost gives it that like metallic look. And she's got a really cool actually stand that comes with hers as well. That I didn't even know came with it. I didn't notice it in any of the pictures, but it's this really neat.
Oh, cool
stand, and the board actually
her surfing over fire.
Yep. So you get a really cool effect with that. There's a single peg on the board, so you can port her on. But yeah, so that's Marvel's or Hasbro's offering, in terms of Fantastic Four. And then, of course, Hot Toys, not far behind them. No Herbie. I thought for sure Herbie would be like a Build-A-Figure or something in this set, but no Herbie yet. So I'm hoping they come back with the success of the film. I'm hoping they come back and get us Herbie. But you can get Mr. Fantastic and Herbie. There's also a non-deluxe that's just Mr. Fantastic. Hot Toys always just crushing
one
it
of
with their
those
likenesses.
Like, Hasbro waves where it's like everything they missed into one wave.
Would be cool, like an MCU catch-all.
Like those Disney Plus waves.
Unless you get a baby Franklin and a Herbie together in a Hasbro pack,
that would work. And give me,
put
you know what?
Put them with Mole Man, make it a deluxe.
Or give me another thing with the turtleneck.
With clothes.
Yeah, with
the jacket.
No, not the jacket, because give me bearded Thing with the.
I want hat. Street clothes thing.
Yeah,
street clothes
would be awesome too.
Yeah. I always think of that as like the Raphael disguise. So you could get you can get standard Hot Toys Sue Storm, or you can get the deluxe, and she comes with Baby Franklin, the the pram and Herbie again. So you'll end up with 2 Herbies. This is what I was talking about. Give me this version of the thing, but give me the one with the beard, because that's the way he looks at the end of the movie. Is this turtleneck with the beard?
Just do 2 heads.
Yeah, but yeah, I love this whole look for him. Super cool. So, and then 28-inch. I forget what they're actually calling this. It's not soft vinyl, but it's not like a fully articulated Hot Toys figure. It's just a really tall, sort of articulated
What's this,
Hot
like
Toys.
$2,000?
No, it's actually not that bad, because it's not like super articulated or cloth goods. So I want to say it's like 300 or something like that.
I mean,
or
for that, that's not bad. Jeez.
Which is kind of cool because, like, realistically speaking,
I doubt
who knows
if Hasbro.
Who knows if Hasbro's ever going to tackle this, right? So at 28 inches tall, I'm trying to see. I don't have anything anywhere near as big as that, but like, this is a 6-inch action figure. So what is that? Somebody help me with the math. What's 28 divided by 6? Think of, what was that? 6 of these?
4 wait.
5?
It's almost 5.
Yeah, almost 5 of these on top of each other.
Right?
It's not going to be perfect scale. That would be a big ass Galactus if it needed to scale to this. I mean, that would be.
How big are Hot Toys?
So this isn't meant to scale with the Hot Toys. It actually comes with these micro figures.
Oh, okay.
That are to scale.
Oh man, if they tried to scale this with a 1/6 scale,
it'd be as tall as a house.
Yeah, it would just be gigantic.
Like, it would be, because think about it. I mean, he's got Reed stretched between, his hands, and he's like, looks like a rubber band. Mm-hmm. So like, even to scale for these guys, you're probably looking at like feet tall. That's
going to be the pull quote. Dave doesn't know how big Hot Toys are.
But yeah, so I'm deeply considering this as like a display piece to go with the Fantastic Four, because who knows if Hasbro's gonna. I mean, they revisited the Sentinel for X-Men '97, so maybe they'll redeco and revisit this. It's close enough.
Is it though?
No, I mean, like
the whole face, and there's like so much
head.
detail, and
yeah. I mean, they changed a lot. They changed a lot of the Sentinel. They didn't barely reused anything, if anything, on that X-Men '97 Sentinel. So, and they sold a lot of Galactuses. So, but yeah, this is an option for people if you don't have the HasLab Galactus and you want something to go with your MCU Marvel Legends. And then speaking of Galactus, we've got the one of 3 popcorn buckets. So this has got the light up eyes.
$80,
and it's huge though,
and it's enormous.
Massive. It is massive. This Mr. Fantastic popcorn bucket. I did get to see this one in person. It's hilarious. He's the handle, so you just grab onto Mr. Fantastic, and
get a handful of Fantastic, huh?
And you get some fantastic popcorn. And then for our final
do you
popcorn
happen to have
bucket,
the cup?
I don't have the cup.
Actually, I've never actually seen the cup, I don't think.
But for our final popcorn bucket,
yeah. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's so adorable. I love this thing. Having this in the theater, I thank God we went to a 10:45 show. There was nobody sitting next to me, so I got to put my child in the free seat next to me, and he just sat there and he watched the movie. This thing is fantastic. No, once again, no pun intended.
It's really hard to not say.
It is. It's really hard
difficult
to not say the word fantastic. But like it has so much to it though. Like it's got articulation in the arms for no reason. It's got hand articulation. You can put candy in his chest.
Candy pants meet candy chest.
Yeah, candy pants meet candy chest. I mean, I probably could store other stuff just right up.
Is that that's where you're supposed to put the popcorn?
You're supposed to put the popcorn inside of this like that, and then somehow jam your adult-sized hand in there. This is for children. This is not. This is not for an adult to stick his or her hand into. Even my wife was like, I couldn't even put my hand in there.
Yeah.
They also
I don't know who...
really, they want you to put drink inside of his head.
Does his head come off to clean it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the head spins off. It actually comes detached like that. But I couldn't imagine putting a drink inside of this, even just in the cleaning in general. Like,
how does that not mess up the
because it's not connected to anything else?
Correct. Yeah, like all the electronics.
But his eye, like the electronics are in his eye.
It's all separate though. Like inside, it's like has like a piece of something. Like there's a piece of plastic in there to block any of the electronics. Supposedly, yeah, right. Like I'm not going to put a drink in here. That's just not going to happen.
I ain't putting a drink in there if I had that either.
But it does have little things like, you hit this button. You can't see it obviously, but this light in here is actually a projector. It projects the. I don't think it's going to work.
I could see. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
It projects the Fantastic Four logo.
So Herbie's eye projects the Fantastic Four. Okay.
And then he has another button, and he just plays the theme. Yeah, I can imagine you getting this full for your children and them doing it in the theater.
Yeah,
I just sang it.
Yeah, that's. I'm sure that went over really well on like the matinee viewing.
Oh yeah.
Like imagine filling that thing up with like cookie dough bites, popcorn, and a ginger ale.
Right.
To be honest though, 10-year-old us, we're putting candy in that thing.
No way.
Yeah.
Candy and popcorn. I don't know if 10-year-old me is brave enough to put a beverage in there. Plus, like,
I think I could put a cup inside, like open that up and throw a cup in there, and then just have a cup there. But I would never put the actual liquid inside.
Yeah, into Herbie's head.
Too
much respect for Herbie to do that.
Exactly. I mean, in all this thing, after it was all said and done,
I'm excited. AMC has seltzer.
It does have seltzer. After everything was said and done, like after tax, it was like $86.
So you have spent in the last month. You have spent over $100 on popcorn buckets.
Yeah, just shut up.
Well over.
Well, I say over because I know you got 2 for Superman, right? You got the
I only got the
only
one.
the dog bowl. Okay,
yeah.
So just
no, wait. Yep, I got the dog bowl. I forgot about the dog bowl
and the dispenser.
And the newspaper dispenser. Yep, over $100.
That's like $120, isn't it?
I didn't do the Red Guardian limo.
Okay,
that was an option. I did not.
Did you do the Alien Romulus Alien?
I did not do the Alien Romulus Alien.
Do you have the Dune one?
I do not have. I don't have the fuck bucket. I don't.
Well, which one? That could be 2 different ones. That could also be Logan's head.
True.
You have Logan's head.
I do not. So I didn't really start doing this popcorn bucket thing until Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Okay.
So I got the Ecto 1.
Oh, it's an Ecto 1?
I got the first Ecto, the Ecto 1, and it has the lights turn on it. And then when Frozen Empire came out, they had the Ghost Trap. And I'm like, all right, this thing is awesome.
Definitely a less expensive endeavor than the one I took to get both of those things.
HasLabs.
Oh, yeah. The Ghost Trap actually has a practical use, though. During Halloween, I put candy in it, and I use it as my...
pants.
Oh.
I use it as my pants.
I put candy and my legs in it.
Yeah. I use it as my dispenser for the children when they come to the door. Just, and I turn the light on. So,
that's
just
cool.
I only have one of the promotional buckets.
You could do the dog bowl now.
You could, dude, in the Superman dog bowl.
That's adorable.
I have the handbook for the recently deceased.
Oh shit! I bought that one too.
Yeah, I have that one. That's the only
I
one I
have
have.
none of these.
I'm a popcorn bucket guy now. Oh.
I just like that it looks like the book when you put it like on a shelf, so it's become just a Halloween decoration.
It's now become the dad joke that I tell every movie. I go, Christina, do you want to get the such and such bucket? She goes, do you want the such and such bucket? And I'm like, no.
I did almost get that Jaws one at Cinemark. They had a really cool like shark cage Jaws one.
Oh, for the 50th.
AMC had like the movie poster style like shark with the mouth open,
but it's one of those things where it's like,
how many buckets?
What am I gonna do with this?
It's like getting collector's cups from sporting events.
The one I did want to get was the Fantasticar, but none of those, I couldn't find them anywhere because somebody took a picture of it with them and they scale with it like it's like the right size.
If you go to the AMC in West Orange, they always have every popcorn bucket. It's like never fails. They usually have like every single one if you really want the Fantasticar.
Yeah, I might have to look into that. We'll see.
Well, so you know what though, that being said, the fact that Herbie did come with the large popcorn, a large drink, and the candy, normally that combo alone is like $35. So you're getting all the snacks for $35, and then they're charging you.
Yeah, and they don't make you put it in there.
Right.
Like they give it to you separate. Yeah. Imagine they were like, you can have it, but you need to put it in there. I want to watch you put it inside of him.
I want to watch you die a little on the inside.
I want to watch you fill him with liquid.
And Usher follows you to the Coca-Cola machine.
Yeah. Yep. Coke Zero, huh?
Usher will follow you home.
Okay, so that wraps up Fantastic Four. As we usually do, guys, what did you think about the film? What's your one sentence takeaway, and should people go see it?
There's an I Know What You Did Last Summer toolbox.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it a fisherman's
tackle
hat?
box. No,
I hope it's like
box.
the hat upside down.
That's kind of fun.
It's just a hook around a bucket.
Yeah. So Joey, should people go see Fantastic Four? Did you like it?
Yes, I think people should definitely go see Fantastic Four. I loved it. I thought it was, for lack of a better term, fantastic. I loved it. I would definitely go see it again if I didn't have like 100 other summer movies to go see. I have the rest of August to tackle through, and I wanted to go see Superman and Fantastic Four on repeat. And you know, now I have like, there's horror movies, and I've already missed one that's completely out of the theaters now. I believe Ick with Brandon Routh. It was only like 4 days, and that's gone now. Like out of sight, out of mind. I cannot go see that. That's going to a
service though. I forget which one.
Oh, okay, that's good. At least that's.
I want to see Together. That's the next one I think I want to see is Together.
Together. I got to see Naked Gun.
I want to see the Naked Gun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Naked Gun too. Yeah, that looks really good. I agree with you. This was awesome. I didn't think that it was going to be possible for a superhero movie to be better than Superman this summer, and the Fantastic Four did that for me. So, as much as I loved Superman and I thought that was, you know, a great start for the new DCEU, it was just so great to be back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe again this summer.
I don't know if I'm there, but it's very good and you should see it.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. It was great, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Just great?
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. Thank you, dear listener, for hanging out with us today. Subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you listen, and then tell your friends to do it. Thanks also to Joe Azari, the golden voice behind our intro. Our music is Game Boy Horror by the Zombie Dandies. Find more about them both in our show notes.
Follow us on social media at AIC_podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Stop by and say hi, show us your toy hauls, and share your toy stories. Maybe we'll talk about it in a future episode.
Don't try this at home. Void where prohibited and some assembly required. Each sold separately, not a flying toy. Consult a physician if your toy run exceeds more than 4 hours.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.